Hey friends, Corey Beth here, and I'm really excited to bring you an incredible interview with one of our good friends, colleagues, Jill Snowden, who will be joining us in just a moment. We're going to give her a second to hop on. But really, there was a post that she put up about overcoming fatty liver disease, overcoming diverticulitis. Here she comes. There she is. Hey, Jill.
Hi,
How you
can you
look
hear me?
gorgeous. Yes.
Thanks.
You look awesome. How's everything?
Everything is great.
You look amazing. Like she's like you got like this vibrance to you. I love it. Well, I
Oh,
had so many people reach out about your post that I then reshared and reposted. The pictures of you, I think, are just incredible. We have to find a way to actually put those in the comments of this interview. But the biggest thing that I want to ask you first, Jill, is like describe what life was like in that first picture, that sweet picture of you with your daughter. What was life like for you?
life was just whatever it was. It was just surviving. It was just having kids and getting through the day and going home to self-medicate and go to sleep and wake up and do it again. There was just, I don't think I realized how just unhappy I was until I was telling you yesterday. I saw that picture. We were out with some friends, and a girlfriend of mine took that picture because I didn't have my camera. She sent me all the pictures that she took, and every single one of them, which was this was me and my daughter, was just like, oh, that's how I look. That's how I feel. It just was such like a heartbreak, but also not at all surprising. Um, I just was, there was so much going on in my head too that was like just so much garbage and mess and all these like thoughts all day long. And it was, I'm a pretty happy person. And I think that everyone that knows me would say, we never knew that. Well, yeah, because I didn't show it. I hid it. I bottled it up. So it was just all of those things just, manifesting physically and internally.
Well, and I feel like so many people resonate with that message too, because we don't want to come on Facebook and be like, "Hey everyone, my life sucks. Hey everyone, I feel
Mm-mm,
like garbage." You know,
mm-mm.
we show up the best that we can with what we got, and so we're not going to go and broadcast some of the struggles that we're having. And I love how you shared that because so many people resonated with the things you said in there. You felt like you were pretending.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you hit on the confidence, I feel like that was another big, like, connector for a lot of people. Like, yeah, that I struggle with that also.
I
So,
was, I would like drive down the road I have this road that I drive on, like all of us do, the same road every single day. So kind of you just tune out on that road. You all know where I'm talking about, right? The place you just can like forget you're driving. And I would have these thoughts like, my husband's going to die on the way home from work, or my kids are going to commit suicide, or just crazy. We're to the point I was like, this is not right. Like, this is not normal. Like, oh, I'm a worrying mom. No, this was like next level. So that's when I was like, there's something else that's happening. This isn't just like I had a bad day. This is like I need to get help, and I didn't know where to start. I didn't know what to do. I didn't have a church that I was going to. I didn't have, like you can only talk to your spouse about that so much before, they want the happy, vibrant version. They don't want the like, so it was a lot.
wow. I mean, yeah, like I feel like a lot of women share stuff like that. And there's a lot in there too, right? There's a faith component. You change some habits. You changed a lot of things,
Mhm.
because I think it's so easy for people to be like, what was the one thing you did? And you're like, well, there were a couple of things that I did. It really is never, ever just one thing. There were a couple of changes. So
Mhm.
would you walk us through some of those, I guess, like your wake up moment, and then some of the things that started to change in order for you to achieve such an incredible transformation?
So right after those pictures, pretty much, maybe a couple months later, I said, okay, I'm just going to go to the doctor. I don't know what they're going to tell me. Maybe I'll take anything. I'll take drugs at this point. Like I don't even care. So I went and got some blood work done. And I don't know what I was expecting to find, but she pretty much was like, yeah, it's normal what you're going through. You just need to walk around the block. You need to go outside and get some. I was like, oh my gosh, that can't be right. So when I got the blood work back, it had, a lot of things were normal, which I was relieved, but fatty liver disease was in there and a couple of other things. So I thought, okay, I don't know anything about this. So of course, Dr. Google, I like looked it up online and I saw there was two trajectories. I could reverse age it and solve the problem, or I could literally die young and leave two teenage girls, right? So I just, so what do? You look up liver cleanse and you look up like whatever. I'm finding this just stuff everywhere, right? Um, and kind of starting to maybe get on the right path, but really just kind of, like throwing things at the wall, hoping they're going to stick, not really knowing what to do. Um, and then by accident, which we know this is not an accident, there's no such thing as coincidence, went to a women's retreat. And one of the things in our swag bag was these energy sticks, Energy Plus. And I was like, this feels great. This is not like the coffee that I've been pounding or the Red Bull or the whatever that I've been doing, 85 glasses of tea during the day. So when I got home from that, I kind of looked at the list of the people that were there and reached out to someone that I thought had a great vibe and just said, tell me what's up. Like I looked online, I went on the website and what's this gut health? Give me the skinny. And she said, do you have 3 minutes? And she just said, and like rattled off everything and said, okay, go home, like look it up, think about it, think of your questions. We'll talk tomorrow. And that was the moment where I was like, not only can I fix this, I can reverse this, and I can help other people because I know I can't be the only one. I know I'm not the only one. That would be impossible. So that started me on the path to really, researching like, what is the gut-brain axis and how can I heal my gut and get my thoughts right? And I ordered the supplements and I started taking them immediately. And she said, give it 90 days. Just like anything, you didn't become crazy overnight, like give it some time. And within 2 weeks, those dark, disgusting thoughts were gone. My energy was back. Corey Beth, I couldn't get up off the ground. I had so much inflammation and so much stiffness. I couldn't, if I like got down on the ground to, I don't know, why would I have been on the ground? Who knows? Because I wasn't doing a sit-up, that's for sure. But I couldn't get back up, right? So there was just so many things wrong. So immediately, then I was like, okay, I'm onto something. And then I wanted to be better. And then I was in a better place. And I wanted to, it just made me realize, okay, I can see the light and I don't want to just like overcome this. I want to go for it. I want to share this. I want to just, what else can I do? What else can I do? So that was the beginning of the journey that I'm still in.
I was going to say, this is just amazing. And I think, what for you, because it is so different for everybody, what for you was the biggest aha that you learned or realized about how important gut health is? Because I feel like this is a very hot topic now that people are like, wait, my gut health, my gut health. Like what for you was that big aha light where you're like, I got to try this?
I was desperate. I would have tried anything.
Wow.
Which is the absolute scariest part about this, because I think that there are people who say, I am desperate, I'll try anything, and my insurance will cover medication. So that's the route they go. And listen, no judgment on that. Everyone's got their own path and their own journey, but I would have tried anything. And I just know that I was lined up with those women at the right time. I'm talking about Sarah Formato. She's amazing. And I was lined up with them. But the aha was like, if I don't do something, I'm gonna die. And I've got girls. And then what happens to them? Who do they become? So then it wasn't about like me, oh, poor me, sad. No, it's like I'm looking at now they're 10 and 13, but at the time probably, I don't know, 8 and 11 or whatever that math is, thinking there are kids committing suicide at 11, 12, 13. And it was so like top of mind. It's just that people are so messed up. And I thought if I can fix this, like it can be like world changing for someone.
Wow. Well, we totally have to give credit to Sarah. Sarah is just this amazing,
Mm-hmm.
energetic, she is a vibe, like
Oh my gosh,
she's
100%.
incredible. You could feel it online. You got to experience it in
Mm-hmm.
person. Her energy is just so infectious. So, okay, so you're desperate, you're at your wit's end. You're like, something's got to give. I got to do something here. You try this. What were some of the changes you started to notice? I know you mentioned that some of your thoughts, the dark thoughts started to go away. Your inflammation went down. Like, what were some of the initial things in those 2 weeks? And then in maybe like the first 2, 3 months that you really felt change, not just on the outside, but on the inside?
For sure, I could focus. I could start something with intention for a reason and then complete it, which I hadn't done that in years and years at any job even. I was able to like, I'm going to say intentionally again because it feels so important, but like focus on friendships and work on getting friendships back instead of just kind of being in my own bubble, trying to be independent. We're not meant to be independent beings. And I needed to really develop some of those relationships again. So I was able to, kind of put myself back out there and love on people, because when you're giving the love and giving the gifts to people, you get that back. So that's kind of, it must be my love language, I guess, to, just love on my sisters. But I just felt connected and in sync with people and in tune and focused with my husband. Felt like I could have a conversation that wasn't about me complaining. It was genuine interest in his work and his friends, and just genuinely just like this like cloud had been lifted, just like laser focus.
I mean, I love that so much. I think it's so easy for people online to be like, oh, before picture, after picture. But when you literally describe what's going on inside of you and in your bubble, which your bubble got a lot bigger, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's just so incredible. And I think it's something that people don't think about. It's just, I want to lose the weight. I want to look better. I want to feel better. They don't even consider all of the other good things that happen when we just feel good inside our body. So, what has been the best part for you?
Well, let me just back up a second where you said we want to lose the weight. Corey Beth, I've been trying to lose the weight for years and years and years with other companies. I've tried everything. I've done all this stuff until I realized it doesn't matter. I can lose the weight or not. If I'm not right in my head, I'm not losing the weight for the right reasons. It's not going to be sustainable. I'm still going to be messed up. I'm still going to need help. So I sort of stopped focusing on, the calories and all this, and was like, what can I actually do to heal my body? Like the
Wow.
actual insides of my body. And I think that's when the shift really started to occur, where it was just, the weight loss and the, getting in shape and everything that came later organically, because then I really cared about myself, and I cared about, being able to run and hike and do all that stuff with my kids. But I had to kind of really shift my mindset onto, this is not about what people see on the outside anymore. Like if I can't connect with people on a deeper level, it doesn't matter what they see. I could be, I could lose however many sizes. It doesn't matter if I'm still messed up.
Yeah. Wow. Wow, Jill. I mean, it's incredible what you've been able to do and accomplish. And I think the coolest thing is you've taken a whole other path of changing habits, exercising differently. I mean, there's been
Hmm.
so many other things that you have now been able to come to. So I didn't prep you for this. So we're just going to go off the cuff here for a second. What do you think is more important to someone looking to make a change? Is it to go start on a workout regimen, like just go to the gym and just start doing it? Or is it really important to reach down inside and do that gut healing? Or maybe it's both. What do you think?
I think you really need to get messy with yourself and really get to the root of what's going on. Just get your body healed, because then you're going to want to work on the fitness piece and the health piece and the, I lifted more than I did last week, and all that stuff. That's going to come, but you first have to just like, why am I like this? What can I do? You just got to get messy with yourself, which I hadn't done. I'm from a generation where you suck it up, buttercup, and you just move through it. There's no like reaching back to grab yourself and like, oh, let's go. No, you just power through it and you do what needs to be done. So I needed to kind of just really get messy with that. And like I said, then as I felt better internally and mentally, then I was like, okay, now I can stick with a nutrition plan. Now I can stick with a workout plan, because now I'm not just like over here and running around scattered. I could focus on those things and journal those things and get excited about, a new weight lifted, or a new, a weight or a size or whatever. Whereas before, that would have just been a temporary like bleep, and then back to the bottle of wine to self-medicate. So it was always just a 2 steps forward, 2 steps back thing before. So definitely get inside your head, your gut, get that whole like information super highway just revved up and healed for sure.
I love that. What an awesome answer. Just get messy. I think we think that it has to look perfect or it has to be a certain way or we have to follow a certain process. Like, just get messy with yourself is
Mhm.
such an awesome answer. And now, I mean, this has led to you literally changing what you're doing in your life.
Mhm.
So, why don't you tell us first, before, just because I don't want to lose anybody here, how can people find you? Because we want to make sure that people are going to be able to reach out to you, find you, and then I want you to tell us about what it is that you're doing now to impact other moms.
So I'm pretty easy to find. It's the Jill Snowden on Instagram, the Jill Snowden on Facebook, on TikTok. I'm in there somewhere. You can find me, but I don't know. It could be the Jill Snowden still across all platforms. LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn trying to get in there. Um, and then how I'm impacting other moms. Was that you? Is that what you asked me?
Yeah. So you literally a year ago, right? Like you've discovered this energy stick that opened up a
Mhm.
whole other world where you changed your job. You're now working to impact other women and moms. Like tell us about, because that's a big shift. That's not just like,
Yep.
I think I'm going to leave my job and go do something totally different. I mean, you've transformed that too.
Uh-huh. I entered a different season where it was all about taking care of my family and helping other moms take care of their family. And that's my priority. And when I started my protocols, we didn't have the happy hormone pack, which is blowing my mind. We didn't have happy juice. I mean, it made me happy what I was taking, so I'll call it that, but it wasn't like happy juice. So we have so much stuff. And I'm really just trying to talk to moms like, hey, how's it going? No, no, no. How are you? How are your kids? How is your relationship? And I hope that people feel safe with me and know that I'm a safe space. If you really are having issues or just don't know where to start or don't know where to go or don't want to talk to your best friend because maybe you're getting judged or at home. We're going into the holidays and even talking to our families for some people is a huge trigger. Going home for Thanksgiving is a huge trigger. So, let's talk about it before you put yourself in that situation and how you can bring your kids in your specifically girls but all kids, all mamas got to take care of their kids. I know you're a boy mom. Just how we can make these little steps to get everyone like grounded and happy and like moving into these holidays with just confidence and health.
I love that so much. I mean, it's so wild to have this interview here. I just got off the phone with a woman who's dealing with exactly what you just described, self-medicating. And now that she's no longer self-medicating with a half a bottle of wine a night, she's feeling judged by friends because
Mhm.
they're like, "Well, you're going to stop drinking now? Like, are you serious?" I mean, it is just amazing how when we try to take that step for ourselves, it makes some other people uncomfortable. But other people, I mean, people are reaching out to you like crazy right now, Jill, because
Mhm.
they need what you have. They want what you have. So that said, I want to wrap this up with exactly some of the products that you're using, right? Like you're an incredible coach, you're a mentor, you are a safe space. You are absolutely a safe space. And I know that women feel so safe and protected with you. So tell us a little bit about this hormonal supplement that you mentioned and this happy juice that you are using because we love this stuff, but not everybody here in this group knows what that is. And certainly if you're interested in any of it, reach out to Jill.
So when I met my girlfriend Sarah, and I was telling you about the Energy Plus, she's introduced me to the mental wellness company. That's who we're partnered with. And literally I love it because the names of the products and supplements are exactly what they do. So the happy hormones is Ignite. It ignites your body, gets your hormone support, levels them back out. The happy juice is literally happy juice. I mean, it's several different things that give you motivation and oh my gosh, there's so many good things. I feel like I'm just going to start like bleh, but the whole line is so good. But what I started with is called the fundamentals, which I think you call this like the gut busting pack. It's like, let's just break this all apart, break it down, build it back up. So, and it's called the fundamentals. And it really was what fundamentally changed where I could, say, okay, life is good and here's what I'm going to add to it. So it was the fundamentals, but like I said, I mean, there's so many amazing products being added in thoughtfully that everything you can stack together and it just sort of adds one more element of another way that I'm awesome and another way I can be amazing and another thing that I can share with my friends. So it's just this whole line of, bringing your mental health and your gut health heart health, like I said, the information superhighway, so that you can just perform and lead and care and love on everyone like we were meant to do.
I love that so much. I mean, I love how you said in the beginning, we were meant to be in community. We're not meant to be alone and do this, and to have that connection, to literally feel good enough about yourself that you want to connect with other people on a deeper level is just so incredible. And I thank you so much for sharing your story and your experience. But before we go, I got to know, have you been back to the doctor since reversing your fatty liver numbers? And what are they
So
saying?
this is such a good question. I actually have an appointment with that doctor. I'm sure if she knew that I was talking about her like this, she'd be unhappy, because I'm still seeing the same person. But I went and got an MRI a couple of months ago, and that is where, when I got my results back, it was like, your insides are clean. It said no traces of fatty liver disease. And I said, can you say that out loud? Like, go over it with me, because it was a person, reading the results with me. Do you understand? And we went over it. She said, no, this looks good. So I'm going to, I sent it to my doctor. I sent her here's my file. And she was like, wow. Okay, well, come in here and do some blood work just in case. I was like, okay. I'll see you next month. So my appointment's next Tuesday. But yeah, no, I'm confident with diverticulitis. That's a whole nother call. There's just been so many things that, I'd love to explain to someone if they are having issues with that stuff. But so I will be talking to my doctor about mental wellness in a week.
That is amazing. I don't think she would be unhappy with the way you talked about it. I think she did her due diligence. You did your due diligence, right? And you're going to come together and have a, educational conversation about what you've been able to do naturally, which I just think that is so incredible and beautiful, and just want to give you so much kudos. So listen, guys, if you were like, wait a second, how did this chick do this? Reach out to her. Reach out to Jill, find out, how she did this. She is so genuine. Like, what you see here in this interview is exactly who she is. I love spending time with you. I love talking with you. I love connecting with you. I just love how real you are. And thank you so much, Jill, for sharing this incredible story, for writing out that incredible story that people were like, wait, whoa, what? Like, she was able to do what? I mean, how valuable is this? And so, final question, the real final question. If there's someone listening that they're like, oh, I don't know, like, am I going to be able to do this? Or is this even possible? What advice would you give that person?
You have to try. You have to. Your future depends on it. Your kids, your grandkids, your life depends on it, really.
Wow. Powerful words. Jill, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so
Thanks
much
for
for
having
just
me.
your heart. We could do this all day long. Like, you want to go get some coffee together,
Yep.
or Energy Plus, like whatever you want. Like, we could do
I
it.
got my. Ooh.
We didn't even talk about that,
I
guys.
know. So many things. So many good things.
So good.
Thank you, Corey Beth.
Thank you. The Jill Snowden, guys, on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on TikTok. I'll link those below this interview. Thank you so much for this awesome interview. I hope you have an amazing day and that someone is encouraged by Jill's story. I know lots of you are. All right. Thanks, Jill.